All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the December 10th, 2025 regular meeting of the Chino Valley Fire District Board of Directors. The time is 6 o'clock p.m. I'll now call the meeting to order and take roll. Everybody's here except for Tom Howie, who has an excused absence. Flag salute. Please stand and join me in the flag salute. And Sarah, if you wouldn't mind leading
Of course, yes.
Please remain standing afterwards for the invocation as well.
All right, please join me in the flag salute. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if Chaplain Garcia could please.
Let's pray. Lord, I just thank you for this day, Lord. I thank you for our health, Lord, and our ability to be here, Lord, and just to gather, Lord. I thank you for this board and this city that honors you first, Lord. Lord, I ask you to just be with our board president, Sarah, Lord. Thank you for her service, Lord, and we honor her, Lord, and we thank you for that, Lord. I ask you to bless her family and bless all the members that are here today and in the audience, Lord. Lord, I ask that your spirit and your wisdom just flows through this room as this meeting goes on today. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Please take a seat. Clerk of the board, do we have any changes to the agenda?
We have no changes to the agenda. And the first item on the agenda is presentations and announcements, and we invite President Krieger and Director Ramos-Evinger to the front for a presentation. And this is recognition of our outgoing board president, Sarah Ramos-Evinger.
All right, tonight we recognize Director Sarah Ramos-Evinger, who served as our board president from December of 2024 through November of 2025. I would like to express my gratitude and appreciation to you for that role. Your leadership on the board, along with your involvement in many volunteer and community activities, reflects of your deep commitment to this district. During Sarah's presidency, she guided the board's vision and set a professional, welcoming tone that supported collaboration and thoughtful decision-making. She fostered unity among board members. She tried to wrestle all us up together and get us all to behave. Encouraging open dialogue and consensus as we work to address the district's priorities. She also ensured that the board remained focused on our mission and the community we serve. Sarah, it has been truly an honor to serve with you. We thank you for your dedication and your steady leadership and your commitment to our mission of safeguarding our community and providing exceptional service. So on behalf of the board, we'd like to present you with this ceremonial gavel.
Beautiful. Thank you. Ooh, yes. We'll take a quick picture. Yep. What are you laughing at? Smart Alex. Oh, okay.
So, Chief, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, you know what, it's always really refreshing to be amongst a board that's really, really supportive. Thank you, Sarah, thank you to the entire board, but thank you for your leadership. We've had some tough things that we've had to deal with over the year, and you really gave clear, concise direction. So from my position, I couldn't appreciate that candor and that directness more. That works really well for me. So I think you know that, so thank you very much for your leadership and for your friendship.
Thank you.
If we could have the rest of the board members come up for a quick picture.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Middle mic or in
Yeah,
cabinet
right,
or-
perfect, right there.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is public communications. This is the time and place for the general public to address the board of directors about subjects that do not appear elsewhere on the agenda. The public may address items on the agenda at the time addressed by the board. Due to board policy and Brown Act requirements, action may not be taken on any issue not on the agenda. When you address the board, please state your name and address prior to making your remarks, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. We have no written request to speak under public communications. Is there anyone present who would like to address the board at this time? Seeing none. The next item is the liaison reports to the fire district. And we invite, let's see, President Mark Bozak with Chino Valley Fire Foundation. Okay. All right. Board member Sean Smith with Chino Valley Unified School District.
Hello, everyone. Board, pleasure to be here. I will have to cut it a little early. We are having an awesome choir tonight at Chino Hills High. It'll start at 7 o'clock, so if anyone wants to join, please feel free to do so. One of the things that I am very proud about, and I've had a lot of involvement in because of all the kids and everything, but the Chino Hills High took second place in the state up in Fresno for the marching band and color guard. The finalists, there were out of 23 finalists out of the entire state, and Chino Hills took second and Ayala took fourth. So incredible work by our staff and our students. I see it firsthand, and I am amazed at how hard our students work. So if you guys want to come out and show some support every once in a while, we invite you to do so. Chino Hills High football did relatively well this year, ending their season, I think it was 10-3. We made it to the finals. Amazing football games. Nail biters were just, there was one game that we were 21-0 behind at halftime, and we came back to win in overtime. It was just amazing. So our kids are doing fantastic. So proud of our kids, so proud of our staff, and just wanted to share with everybody how hard they work and how hard our staff works. Thank you very much.
Sean.
And we also have Suzette Dang from San Bernardino County, 4th District Supervisor. Present, thank you, Suzette. Do you have a report? I have nothing to report. Thank you. And next, President-elect Steve Eli, Inland Empire Utilities Agency.
Not quite El Presidente, January. Haven't been here in a while, I apologize, I've been doing that thing that pays my bills, AKA working. But this is obviously just an extra thing like all of you do. So appreciate all your service, congratulations to the new president. Look forward to working with you. I was able to make a child smile this morning, that was an amazing event as usual. Really great to see, not just the usual people you see, fire, obviously you guys are well represented, but also CAL FIRE and all the others, the probation and everything. It was really, really well done, and I know that the kids are just amazed at what's going on. We are celebrating our 75th anniversary, it's just about over, but it's 75 years of service to this region in providing imported water, as well as since probably the 1970s, wastewater treatment and recycled water. I was pleased to see the city is apparently putting that helipad right across the street from my house.
Right behind you.
So that's an unused pad, so that's a great spot. And also we'll be using recycled water. You know, we are one of the largest recycled water providers in the state of California. Over 50,000 acre feet recharged last year alone, and the purple pipe really matters. And you know, we don't waste a drop of anything, which is great. Looking forward to continuing to work with the fire district. Nothing specific right now, but you guys I know sometimes use our facilities for training. We've got four different facilities in the city of Chino, and I think we recently had a big event, and you guys were helpful just in general of coming out. So I'm not remembering the facts. I'm sure Dave knows it all, but we've had some challenges and some spills, some other things that have gone on over the years, and it's always great to have the resources of the local agencies, yours included. So thank you and happy holidays, everybody.
Excellent. Thanks, Steve.
The next item on the agenda is the consent calendar.
All right, so this is for items number 1 through 6 in the board packet. Do we have any public comments on the consent calendar?
We have no public comments on consent.
All right, if any board member wishes to pull an item, please let me know which one. No?
But I'll motion to approve.
Okay,
Second.
so motion by Sarah, second by Andy. And I'll now request a voice vote, just yes or no. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So 4 with Tom being absent, 4 yeses, Tom being absent.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is new business, item number 7, fiscal year 2024-25 audit reports. Purpose is for the board to receive and file the fiscal year 2024-25 district annual comprehensive finance report and related disclosure letters. The report tonight is by our finance director, Mark Shaker.
Thank you. Before the board tonight is the approval of the 24-25 annual comprehensive financial report. The district audit has been completed by our external auditors from Van Lant Van Canel LLP, and we're pleased to have received an unmodified or clean audit opinion. Here with us tonight is Brett Van Lant with the audit firm, who will give us a presentation on the audit and be available for any questions you might have. Before the presentation begins, I wanted to take a moment to thank our finance team of Bonnie, Dawn, Vicky, and Christine for all their hard work that goes into the audit. It's certainly a heavy lift for our department, and it happens once a year, and it always happens right around the holidays, and we want to thank them for all their hard work. And I also wanted to especially recognize Dawn Burns. Dawn has been our accountant here. She's been the district's accountant for over 20 years now, and she'll be retiring in a few short weeks after a strong career in accounting. It's hard to think about or talk about the audit without thinking about Dawn, and that's why I thought it'd be an appropriate time to recognize her today. I started here almost 4 years ago now and quickly realized she's going to be my go-to person for accounting, and she's always been so helpful and always so welcoming, and she's taken so much care in this district's accounting. Much of the information you see today is either maintained by her or presented by her. In some way, she has touched everything that you'll see in this report, and we just want to take a moment to recognize her and thank her for all her years of service. We'll miss her, and we wish her well in retirement. And with that being said, we can go into the audit. Thank you, Brett, for being here.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Mr. Board President, members of the board. My name is Brett Van Lant, partner with VLF. We conducted the audit for the fiscal year ended June 30, 2025, and I have a short presentation regarding the audit process and the reports that were issued as part of the audit. So the audit process, we kind of break it up into what we call 2 different parts. Preliminary field work, that's where we are evaluating the internal controls over financial reporting in order to do what we call a risk assessment, the risk that the financial statements could contain a material misstatement. I think I'm doing this right. There we go. Second part is what we call the year-end audit field work. This is where we are evaluating and testing the balances that are eventually show up in the financial statements. There's different procedures that we perform to do that. Subsequent testing of disbursements, receipts, confirmation of bank balances, confirmation of payments made to the district from the state or the county, in order to be able to state an opinion that the amounts in the financial statements can be relied upon. So there's several reports that were issued. There's the audit report, there's an internal control report that's required by government auditing standards. There's a report on the calculation of the district's appropriations limit and required communication letters to the board. So the audit report has different sections that describe the responsibilities of the audit and the financial statements. The financial statements are management's responsibility. Our responsibility is to express an opinion on the financial statements based off of the procedures that we perform. The district's financial statements received an unmodified opinion, which is a clean opinion. That's the highest level of reporting that you can get in an audit. The report also describes our responsibility over the required supplementary information. Just some key figures to point out in the financial statements. The net pension liability decreased by $1 million compared to the prior year. The OPEB liability decreased by just under $700,000, and the general fund balance increased by about $13 million compared to the prior year. Pension liability is always usually something that a lot of people focus on. So when you see it going down, that's always a positive sign. Also, the unrestricted fund balance in the general fund increased. So as of June 30, 25, you have about 10 months of reserves in a comparison to your 24, 25 expenditures. GFOA has a best practice recommendation of a minimum of 2 months, so you can kind of see where you guys stack up against those minimum best practices. Report on internal controls and compliance. This is required by government auditing standards. If we identify any material weaknesses, significant deficiencies, or material non-compliance, we're required to report it in that report. This was a standard report. We did not identify any material weaknesses or significant deficiencies. Report on the district's appropriations limit. This is an agreed upon procedures. We have to test the calculation in accordance with the state requirements. It's exceptions only, so if there's any exceptions, that's we're required to report it, but it was no exceptions to that report. Also, the communication with the board, it's required by our standards to communicate different things regarding the audit and the financial statements. Points out significant estimates and sensitive disclosures in the financial statements. If we had any difficulties or disagreements throughout the audit. This report is just a standard letter, nothing significant to report. So that's my presentation on the audit and the financial statements. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to go over those.
All right, do we have any requests to speak on this?
We have no request to speak on this item.
Board members, do you have any questions? So I'll start off with Andy.
Just real quick on the pension liability, is that more likely due to the being better than their discount rate, that they actually got a better return?
Yeah, it's a number of factors, but generally if their investments are meeting or exceeding their estimates, then you'll have some, hopefully some gains in your what they call the fiduciary net position, so that balance will increase. In addition, additional contributions over the years that have helped. So then, ultimately, if it's not a significant decrease, obviously $1 million in comparison to the total liability, but it's stabilizing, so you're not seeing these big ups and downs like we did during COVID and after COVID, some big swings there. So it's nice to see it's kind of just stabilizing a little bit.
And we still have the number of our 115 that we could theoretically discount from that also and
contribute, yeah.
Right, so, okay. The other thing, and this is more of a statement for anybody, about the reserves of 2 months and why do we have so much. I think it's important to note that we, as a district, we only get our funding twice a year. So where most institutions can get a monthly fund revenue increase, we have that potential of having to go 6 months without our next revenue increase. So our reserves need to be a little bit higher. So I just think the public needs to know that or be aware of that.
That's a good thing to say.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Excellent. Director Luke.
I have no questions, just appreciate the interesting information as always and your presentation. Thrilled to hear the good report. It's what we anticipate, it's what we expect. Our staff, they do a great job. So thank you for being here.
Yep.
Director Evanger.
Okay, yeah, I have no questions either. Thank you so much for the presentation this evening.
And I don't either, and I want to thank you as well for being here tonight and presenting this.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to request a motion to approve this.
Okay, so moved.
Sarah?
I'll second.
And Andy, second. All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. One, with Tom not being here.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is item number 8, electric vehicle firefighting system. The purpose is for the board to review, discuss, and approve the acquisition of a specialized firefighting solution designed to address the growing risk of electric vehicle battery fires. The proposed solution includes the Cold Cut Cobra high-pressure water jet system and a fully equipped response vehicle. The report tonight is by Deputy Fire Chief Jeremy Ull.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Pleased to bring before the board this innovative solution. In fact, it's actually coming on the heels of a conversation of our very own former board president, Sarah Ramos Evinger, with one of our supervisors, 4th District Supervisor Ert Hagman. I understand they were brainstorming some opportunities to provide service to the community for electric vehicle firefighting. Former Deputy Chief Carlos Skibar, when he was with the district, began this project. And in its initial phases, we were looking at trying to acquire multiple different types of like blankets and a couple different things that were emerging as technology. Interesting how the technology curve works. By the time it came due to bring this forward to the board, the industry started to rule out those different types of devices. As example, the blanket that they would put over these vehicles, they found that that would actually hold in some non-combusted gases that would then later explode, and there's all kinds of issues with those things. So we went back to the table and did some more research to bring forward something that was innovative, that was being vetted by the entire industry, and that was showing tremendous promise in its execution. So what we bring before you this evening is a concept to work with the county to for funding to bring forward this new type of vehicle, if you will, that we can serve not only the district but surrounding areas as well. So what this essentially is, if you imagine an electrical vehicle, if you aren't aware, those vehicles catch fire for a multitude of reasons. So we typically have two problems when that happens. We have the actual vehicle fire itself, like we would normally have with a gasoline vehicle. And then what commonly occurs is what they call a thermal runaway, or a situation where the battery itself within a sealed container has a thermo event where it overheats, and then it basically has a chain reaction amongst the whole battery. Typical practice as we've began to fight these fires is you put the vehicle fire out, but then you're left with this burning battery that can take thousands and thousands and thousands of gallons of water to keep cool over a tremendous period of time. What's innovative about this solution is once we put the simple vehicle fire out, we can use this very high pressure, essentially shoulder mounted high pressure water stream to locate the particular cell and inject water directly into that cell in the battery and essentially fill it up with water and put the fire out from inside rather than just outside. We have a short video I'd like to show you. Tempe, Arizona is leading the way in some of these responses, and they have put together a training video that briefly highlights the product.
We knew the growing danger for electric vehicle fires. We actually had just experienced one in a neighboring city that it took thousands of gallons and several hours to extinguish, and we knew it was a problem. We knew eventually we would have it here in our city.
EV fires are widely thought to be difficult to extinguish. Depending on the method used, operations may require large amounts of water, producing heavily toxic smoke, and could require collecting contaminated runoff water for hours. The lithium-ion batteries involved in EV fires have also been known to come with the risk of reignition, sometimes for days or even weeks after a fire.
Put water on it for hours, but what we learned every time that we've done that, 5 hours later, we put it on a tow truck, try to get it away. When it gets to the tow yard, it reignites. And then we're back, putting more water on it. We were also putting them in Connex boxes with sand and water. The other hard thing about that is, even after you pull it out after a couple weeks, they would still reignite. So it still didn't extinguish the problem.
A new method, recently developed in Europe, is currently also gaining ground in the US, where high-pressure cutting mass is used to puncture the lithium-ion battery casing, dispersing water mist inside the battery cells through a small hole. Correctly used and with proper training, this method can stop the propagation, which in turn contributes to faster handling of the situation while using minimal amounts of water. The following video features lessons learned from a use case in Tempe, Arizona, where a trained crew used the method on a live EV fire for the first time.
It's a shame because we don't want to see anybody's property ruined, but we had a Tesla catch fire that we were able to go out and utilize this tool. We learned from it. It wasn't the greatest deployment of it because it was the very first time we had done it, but we learned and we were able to extinguish a fire. And one of the greatest things that I take away from that too is it didn't make the news.
I believe it was on June 5th, we had a dispatch for a vehicle fire involving an electric vehicle. We had recently gone through the instruction portions for the Coca Cobra, so command on the scene decided that they wanted to deploy the Cobra, so we started setting up for that operation. There was some fire shooting out from the bottom with some white smoke, which is kind of a telltale sign of a battery compartment fire.
They already have protection line in place, flowing a lot of water. We got there, got our lines in place, and then started our attack.
We approached the vehicle from the upwind side to try and stay out of as much of the smoke as possible, which was on the passenger side. It had electronic door handles and stuff on it that we could not get to operate. We tried the manual overrides, couldn't get those to operate either, so we had to mechanically have one of our ladder trucks actually extricate the doors.
It took us a little bit of time to get into the correct battery compartment. From that point forward, we were able to start getting into the floorboard, pinpointing the fire on the floorboard using our thermal imaging camera. Once we were able to get majority of the hotspots put out, we can move to the driver's side.
Once we got some fans in place, we could start doing more of a direct attack on the vehicle until we got some good steam conversion to look at, knowing that we're in the right spot. What we're actually doing is there's a little abrasive in there that will penetrate into that battery compartment, creating about a BB-sized hole into there where we can actually inject water into where that thermal runaway is going on inside that actual battery cell, which is cooling that cell down below a level of temperature where it's no longer in that thermal runaway.
Once we got it extinguished, we probably only flowed maybe 120 gallons, if that. Probably all in all time from working the lands to getting the fire out all together. If we didn't have the hurdles, would have probably been less than 20 minutes.
So for EV fires, it changes the tactics greatly. We do not have to put as many people in that toxic environment. We're able to keep the environment safe itself also by not utilizing as much gallonage of water that we would normally as we're combating these fires. Once they filled that compartment up with water, we can stop propagation and we can make sure that that fire is extinguished, and then we don't have reignition, which is something huge that you see with electric vehicle fires.
Thanks, Natalie.
We've learned.
Yeah, I think we get the gist. So the idea is that the county's desiring to partner with us in a cost share agreement. The total overall estimated cost of the actual skid mounted, it's called the skid mount, it's a unit that's self-contained and goes with that as a pickup. With that, including some training to send our people back to get trained to come out as a train-the-trainer, including that plus the response like a pickup and the lighting package and everything else. The total estimate's about $175,000. Of that, the district would be responsible for $50,000 of that, and the county would contribute up to $125,000 of that. In order to accomplish that, you're gonna see that we have a budget amendment that encompasses the total $175,000 allocated from unrestricted. That way we can expend that and then we would be reimbursed from the county as a revenue. Again, the idea is we'll purchase this, execute the agreement with the county, mount this in a vehicle, and we will have this special call vehicle available within the district that's gonna save time, keep our people out of harm's way to the extent we can with the byproducts of combustion, and more importantly, get those units back in service without, expending thousands upon thousands of gallons of water, which would then be contaminated and all the issues that come with that. So we're really looking forward to this innovative solution to this problem that is not going away. With that, I'll read the recommendation. It is recommended that the board approve the purchase of the cold cut Cobra system and the associated response vehicle and equipment, and approve resolution number 2025-21, incorporating budget amendment number 4 in the amount of $175,000, and to authorize the fire chief or designee to execute the associated contract with the County of San Bernardino, including any amendments or related documentation, and execute the purchase of all equipment associated with the This concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Fantastic, thank you. Do we have any requests to speak on this?
We have no request to speak on this item.
Seeing none, then we will bring it back to the board. Sarah, do you have any questions? Director Evinger.
No questions. I am beyond excited, and I want to actually thank Suzette Dang for her partnership in this and helping us along with this. Thank you so much. This was not what we initially had spoken about, but this is far better. I'm super excited about this technology and the better support it's going to provide for the district. I am so happy to bring this forward today. Thank you for the presentation and for going out and finding the latest and greatest that we need. Always being innovative and moving ahead. So thank you, everyone.
Fantastic. Director Luth.
So the one, as soon as we start talking about is, how do you identify the cell? So we would use the same process they mentioned, the thermal imaging then?
Correct. We have multiple types of thermal imaging cameras within the district, and depending on the amount of the lighting pack and things like that for the vehicle itself, if we have surplus from that, we could invest in another thermal imaging camera dedicated. But yeah, essentially, once you extinguish the vehicle fire, you use that camera to find the hot cell and then pinpoint that cell.
Yeah, I've read information about this, articles in the newspaper about it, and what an issue this really is, and just have a piece of equipment like this seems invaluable for.
What I didn't mention actually is there's other uses too. We actually had the rep come out and do a demo for us. If you remember several of the events we've had at the training center lately, we have a big box truck out there that we've used in a couple different hazmat drills at the parking lot of the training center. We used that to go, several of our personnel demoed it and put this water jet through the frame rail of that commercial truck, and it took about 10 seconds for that water jet to go through the frame rail. So it gave us other ideas. One of the problems we've had for a long time is a garbage truck fire. Those, sometimes people put hot coals or whatever in the trash, and we end up with this problem of burning inside of this trash truck. Well, they either have to dump all the contents or we have to cut a giant hole in the side. Literally, we can use this device, totally off the book type of an application, to put a pea hole size hole in the side of the trash truck, extinguish that fire, and then they don't even have to repair it. So we're looking for other innovative solutions as well.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Director Romaine.
I thought that was, your time was up, so. I do have a question. The aggregate, is that obviously it's a consumable. This isn't hey, we got this nice widget here for X amount of dollars, and you need this aggregate that's, $50,000 a bag. So I don't know that, I'm sure that's not what it costs, but do we foresee that being an ongoing
It will be, it is a consumable, and that aggregate, so there's 2 triggers on the device. You use the aggregate to puncture, and then you shut it off and just spray the water in. Just give you an idea on the estimate, a half pallet, which is 790 pounds, is $800.
Okay.
So it's a very reasonable cost for this, and it's essentially, I think it was,
Garnet?
yeah, it was basically crushed like rock, like agate, or what, not agate, but crushed stone.
Yeah, no, and like you mentioned, I spent some time researching it online, and not besides EVs, we have battery packs at our cell towers now. That's becoming the new thing. We have containers that have who knows what in on our freeways, so it'll be good for attacking that and the trash trucks with very minimal. So no, I think it's a great thing, and thanks to our partners at the county to help us move forward with keeping up with modern technology. So thank you.
Does anybody else have something like this in our area? Does Ontario, does Montclair?
We didn't really want to highlight that Ontario beat us to it, but they did beat us to it.
Okay.
And it's actually gaining popularity. There's several experts that are rising to the top within the fire service. One of is a chief officer from San Diego. Again, he kind of put his stamp on this, and in fact, some departments like Tempe, I believe, and a few others are actually beginning to put this unit in a cabinet on all their fire engines. So they're really looking to expand this. We're using this as a regional approach for us, but again, we're looking to serve the entire Chino Valley.
And where would this be held and how do you staff it?
Yeah, we're gonna continue to work with the ops team to come up with a final solution, but it will be what we call a special call.
Yeah.
Much like the USAR vehicle or the hazmat vehicle, it'll be in service, ready to be deployed. It won't be like on the ticket, if you will. What we would likely have is the engine would respond, determine that it is an EV fire, start putting out the vehicle fire and call for someone to respond, the unit to the scene.
And is the idea to train everybody
Yes.
on this, to put it into
Yeah.
training rotation?
So part of that bid package includes sending 3 of our personnel to the training, train the trainer. They'll be our resident experts, and then they'll come back and train the entire department on its use.
Excellent, excellent. Well, like Director Romaine said, I've looked at several different options of these things, including a 40-foot container that was filled up with water. They dropped a car into it that was on fire, and exactly what he said. 2 days later, they took it out and it reignited. So, I'm glad to see that there's solutions that might work, on this, and, like everybody else said, I appreciate Supervisor Hagman's, partnership on this as well, so. With that, I would like to request a motion to approve this.
So moved.
And I'll second.
Director Romaine, Director Evinger, all in favor?
Yeah.
Aye. Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is item number 9, amendments to annual leave payout provisions. The purpose is to present the recommended side letters and resolutions modifying the annual vacation and sick leave payout provisions for the respective employee groups for board consideration and approval. And the report tonight is by Human Resources Director Anthony Arroyo.
Thank you very much, honorable board members. For approval this evening are side letters with Teamsters and CVPF, Chino Valley Professional Firefighters, and resolutions with confidential and management groups to amend the vacation and sick leave cash out language in their respective MOUs or resolutions. The side letter will amend the cash out date to the last pay date of the calendar year rather than the last pay period of the calendar year, which is in the current MOU or resolution. This would have made the cash out effective the following calendar year. HR and finance staff met with the affected groups and all are in agreement with the changes. That concludes my presentation, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions.
Right, do we have any requests to speak on this item?
No request to speak on this item.
And we'll bring it back to the board, and we'll start with Director Luth.
No questions.
Director Evinger.
No questions.
Director Romaine. See, Andy, I'm trying to change it up for you.
I know, I
didn't want you to
appreciate
feel
that.
like you were number
Yeah,
one every time.
I appreciate it. No, my only question was, and I addressed the clerk during the week, was I just had a question where it referenced the previous resolution, just for my own knowledge. So I got a copy of that, I see it was there.
That's actually for the next item.
Oh, is it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, see, I jumped the gun. And I don't have to, so then I have no questions on this one.
All right, I have no questions as well. The more that we can clean up and
Yeah.
all agree to stuff, I think it's good. So with that, I'll request a motion to approve. Director Luke, the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Pardon me, and who moved and seconded that
I
item?
moved it.
Okay, thank you.
Director Luke, second.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is item number 10, employer-paid member contributions for specific groups or classes of employees. The purpose is to present resolution number 2025-24, rescinding and replacing resolution number 2009-05 for paying and reporting the value of employer-paid member contributions for specific groups or classes of employees, and side letter that codifies the change to the memorandum of understanding between the Chino Valley Independent Fire District and Teamsters Local 1932. And the report is by Human Resources Director Anthony Arroyo.
That introduction is going to be longer than my presentation. As was stated, this item is the amendment to Resolution 2009-05, which references the San Bernardino Public Employees Association, which was the predecessor to Teamsters. In addition to Resolution 2009-05, it did not reference safety employees who were part of the SBPA and those who are now represented by Teamsters, specifically the fire inspectors. HR and finance staff worked with the BBK to address these matters, and we appreciate Isabel Safi's time on this, so please pass along our thanks to her, Holland. The amended resolution 2025-24 will retroactively correct this and bring the resolution to compliance with PERS requirements. Once again, HR staff and finance, HR and finance staff met with the Teamsters group, and they are in agreement with the change. That concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
All right, do we have any requests to speak? Seeing none, do we have any board comments? So I'll entertain a motion.
Okay, second.
So Director Romaine, motion, Director Edinger, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is item number 11, 2026 Community Liaison Standing Committees, Ad hoc Committees, and JPA Board Member Assignments. And the purpose is to appoint members of the Board of Directors as Community Liaison Standing Committee members, Ad hoc Committee members, and representatives on the Fire Board of Directors for 2026. And tonight, we have distributed at the dais for all of our members, and copies are available in the back for the public as well, the listing of said committees and the president's assignments, and I'll hand it over to Board President Krieger.
All right, so I went through and changed up a few things. I spoke with all of you along the way, my thoughts. If there's something that doesn't feel right, get back to me later on and we can discuss it, and we can always change this. So, but there's some added things I took off my plate, the school board, and be safe, gentlemen. I took off my plate the school board and Fire and a few other things. The next thing we're going to address will be board policies, and there's some changes that I'm going to recommend for that can affect this as well. So with that, this is for you guys to look at, and if you have an issue, talk to me later about it. And we're done. File that.
Well, request a board motion and a second on this item,
Do
please.
we really need that? Okay. A board motion to approve. Does anybody
I'll
want to discuss
motion
this?
to approve, just messing.
Second. So Director Ramos Evinger and Director Wu. Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is item number 12, Fire District Policy and Procedures for Board of Directors. The purpose is for the Board of Directors to review the Fire District Policy and Procedures for the board. And tonight, we're requesting that Board President establish a timeline for submitting proposed changes. So I'll hand it over to Board President Krieger.
All right, so this is our annual update. There will be some legislative updates, some stuff that we have to change that will be done by staff along the way. But I'd like to put together the ad hoc, and if you guys are willing, Harvey and Sarah to be on that. So thank you very much. I appreciate you both saying yes. And what we'd like to do is the proposed timeline on this is by Friday, January 2nd. So that gives us about 3 weeks or 4 weeks now. Submit any changes to the clerk of the board. After that, she will get together with the ad hoc committee. By Friday, January 30th, the ad hoc committee will review the recommended changes, consult with district legal to ensure compliance, and it'll come back to us on the February 11th board meeting date for ratification or discussion on those changes. Does that
Thank
sound
you.
good?
Yes, thank you, Board President.
All right, does anybody have any questions on this? And if you could please send us all electronically
Yes,
the current,
absolutely. Thank you again.
oh, it's in there already. It's already in there. Excellent. And do we need to vote on that as well? It's just to file.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that direction. We appreciate that. And we'll move on to the next item, which is item number 13, Association of San Bernardino County Special Districts Call for Nominations for Board of Directors. The purpose is for the Board of Directors to review and discuss the call for nominations for ASBCSD Board and determine fire district participation. Included in the agenda packet is the announcement as well as information indicating that the incumbents have elected to be reappointed to their positions or reelected to their positions, pardon me. And so tonight, I'm bringing this item to ask if the board would like to nominate a fire district board member as a candidate, which would require a letter of support, or take no action on this item.
All right, do we have any public comments on this?
No request to speak on this item.
And I would recommend that we nominate Tom Howie because he's not here to be honest.
I second.
No, I'm joking. I don't want that to be like a real, but no. Is anybody interested in this? And
Andy?
I'm pretty sure, Andy?
No, I just asked Director Luth, and I wasn't sure what his answer was, and he kicked me.
Okay, well,
Well, seeing nobody wanting to step up here, that'll be the direction on that. No action is needed
Thank you.
on that. And I did speak with Director Howie, and he was not interested as well. So, with that, we go to Fire Chief for your comments, sir. You thought I skipped something.
So unfortunately, our Director Howie's not with us tonight because he's really fond of my long reports, and tonight's not gonna be such, so he missed out. Under Board Activities and Public Relations, on November 24th, Assemblymember Philip Chin visited the fire district and we toured Station 68 construction site. It was a great meeting, and we just want to continue to express our appreciation for his interest in our project and the continued support on that project. On December 9th, I had the opportunity to provide a Fire Station 68 update to one of our adjoining HOAs, which was last night. I did go out to one of the HOAs. I was very well received myself, and our partners at TransTech were present. The community couldn't be more excited. As you're aware, we did have some issues over the last couple of weeks. They were very understanding, and we couldn't have been more well received, so we're super happy. Additionally, we plan to meet with the other HOA soon, which is, if you're looking at the property, the one to the left. And so we're putting that in play, and hopefully that'll take place in January. On December 9th, Senator Rubio visited the fire district, and we also toured Station 68. And again, we are working really well with our electeds, and they are just really supportive and excited for our project as we are. Today, we held our 24th Make a Child Smile event at Walmart. This year was really interesting. I think we had the most amount of public safety support that I believe I've ever seen there. We've always had all the entities, but they came out in force this year. So we want to extend a heartfelt thank you very much for the support of our program. I can tell you there was many businesses that I couldn't remember all the names that were actually donating in real time. I went up and took several photos of people, hey, we want to donate, we want to donate, we want to donate. So thank you to all those business members, local business members that took their time and provided some additional financial support for the program. And again, thank you to all the staff that get out there early in the morning to put that together. I talked to Adam Barker. I was not aware that he actually starts preparing for this event in the summertime. So it's a lot of work. And it was nice to see Randy. If you didn't see Randy Rudolph today, it was nice to see Randy there. And many of our people who returned that have worked here, Alma was there. Many times we see Steve Heidi there. But it's nice to see, oh yeah, I forgot Shunda was there. So it's nice to see all the folks that have worked here come back to say, hey, we still support you. Under finance, we have no updates. Under human resource, interviews for accountant were held on December 8th. We had 9 candidates initially, and we have another 4 going on to the second phase of the process. And hopefully we'll have someone on board by the end of January, and that's, again, to replace Dawn's position. We had firefighter recruitment for a firefighter paramedic opened on December 1st. It'll remain open till December 16th. Jeremy, we got 7 spots? So we currently have 7 openings, and we'll likely have to come back and hire again when we get closer to opening up that station. So that's amazing to me. Under personnel development activities, all of our suppression personnel participated in our annual night drill. So if you're not aware what this is, and this is for the community as well as for the board, I don't know if you've had the opportunity to go out to one of our night drills. We'll make sure that we get an invitation in the future if you have not. It's a requirement, a state requirement that we provide that every year. And I came to this district in 2008, and we were, at that time, in my opinion, we were already exceptional on the EMS side. We had different strategies and tactics we used in the LA County area, and when I came here, there's a little bit of differences. I can't tell you how impressed I was. I went out there one of the second to last night, I believe, and our folks, if you look at this board right here and you see this cardiac care program driven by our own Ryan Porsenian, he's taken a lot, and this isn't just about him, it's about all of our personnel. Jeff Lopez and the training captain, but Ryan is doing what Ryan always does. He's taken an interest in something on the fire side of our operations, and he's applying some of the strategies and practices and really getting down into the data, which he did with our cardiac care program. And our folks are receiving his input, and they're becoming, I can't even tell you how much, it's hard to say we're getting better, but they're getting extremely more proficient than we've ever been. It's amazing. And so I was there to watch. I had very little to say other than, wow, great job. So they're doing excellent work out there. Under organizational items of interest, we just finished our gallery cancer screening testing for all personnel. Again, thank you very much, board, to support this initiative. It's going to give us an opportunity to identify if any of our personnel are affected early so that we can get on top of that and make sure that we can save their life if possible. The gallery test screens for 50 types of cancer, and it's in a single blood test. So again, thank you for the support on that. Our Type 123 Spartan engine and our Pierce Type 1 engine were delivered to the district last month. They're in the final stages of having things mounted and things arranged that to help the crews be successful on those pieces of apparatus. So they're here, and we're excited to have them. The fire district completed its first inspection as part of the ISO process and is currently waiting on their analysis and determination of our rating, whether it's going to improve. Under emergency response and support, I think it's important to mention that the REMS team was dispatched as a part of the mutual aid response to the PAC incident. As you remember, that's essentially a rescue team that gets sent out on large wildland incidents to provide support for the incident. And so they were dispatched, and that program is seeming to grow and go well. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to go way off track. 100,000, Greg, roughly? The administrative costs that came back to us, just to the REMS?
Resources deployed.
So we had several resources deployed in the end with the administrative reimbursement costs that we got back. I think Deputy Chief Gable indicated to me last week that it was about an additional $100,000 back to the district. Why it's not a large number, but it's a sufficient number in that when we're looking at providing training and doing these other elements, it's really just another opportunity to take some funding that's come back to us out of the good work we've already done and reinvest it back into our people. So I think that's the point of that. Under upcoming meetings and events, Friday, December 12th, we have the Chino Hills Boat Parade. On Saturday, December 13th, the Chino Youth Christmas Parade and Fair. And our administrative offices will be closed on December 24th and 25th in observance of Christmas and Christmas Eve, and December 31st and 1st for the New Year holiday. And before I make one last statement, thank you, Mark, for elevating Dawn tonight, recognizing Dawn. What a phenomenal woman, and she does outstanding work. You know, when I came into the office here about 7 years ago now and worked my way through admin, battalion chief to deputy chief, and eventually appointed to fire chief, you get handed this responsibility of being responsible for $60 million. That's a pretty heavy burden if you take it seriously, and my deputy chiefs will probably attest to this with a smile, but I think I was going in their office every week, so they're allocated budgets, and I was going in there every week to make sure they were spending their budgets appropriately, and they're probably looking at me cross-eyed like, Dave, you're not the first chief that's been here. We know how to do this. Anyway, I would go into Dawn's office and check, and she reassured me that all the processes were intact and we're doing it the right way. So it allowed me I got to a level of trust with Dawn that was appropriate. And when you have good people that work for you, it makes it really, really easy for you to focus on the things that you need to be doing as a fire chief, looking ahead for where we're going and what we should be doing. When you have people like Dawn taking care of all the business she takes care of, that I don't have to worry about because I know that something's not gonna get through her without getting flagged if it looks inappropriate. So Mark, thank you to the finance team, specifically, thank you, Don, I know you're not here tonight, for all that you do for us and specifically in allowing me to be comfortable in my spot. And finally, since this is our last meeting of the year, I wanted to take a moment to express my appreciation to all of our personnel for the outstanding service you provide to our community. Your dedication, professionalism, and teamwork make a meaningful difference in the lives of those that we are proud to serve. I'm grateful for the passion that each of you show each and every day. I also want to wish the board and our personnel and our community a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. And that concludes my report.
Thanks, Chief. Board comments. Start with Director Evinger.
Start with me, okay, all right. So, okay, since we haven't met for a while, because we had to kind of move our meeting around, I have quite a few things. It had Fire Safe Council meeting November 5th, November 9th, I had a subcommittee meeting on November 11th, Salute to Service Day, which is always a great event that we get to support our local veterans. November 12th to the 14th, the CalJack Conference. 17th, I had my meeting with Chief. On the 20th, we had the City of Chino Hills Quarterly Meeting. And the 24th, meeting with Assembly Member Philip Chen, and that was a good productive meeting, and we started having conversations about some needs that we have, which I'm very happy that we did have those conversations about money that we need. November 25th, the City of Chino Hills meeting. December 2nd, Chino Hills Senior Delivery, which is always a fun, wonderful event. I'm so happy that we're able to serve the seniors in our community in this capacity, as long as, also, I'll just mention the senior delivery as well. The 3rd, I had our supervisor, Kurt Hagman's open house, and I also had a Fire Safe Council meeting that evening as well. And the 5th, we had the City of Chino Hills Christmas party. The 6th, we had the Chino Hills tree lighting. And the 7th, our foundation Stuff the Boot. And it's always a lot of fun to go out there and do that. And then we had, on December 9th, Senator Rubio's visit, which was nice. I was glad that she was able to come out and get an understanding of everything going on. We had other conversations as well about different things, so it was good. And our Make a Child Smile this morning. And I'm sad I wasn't able to stay to shop, but I stayed as long as I could today for that. So, and my year of being president and having Mike Krieger as my vice president. No, I just wanna, no, I'm teasing Mike. I just wanted to, I sat back and I thought about it, and I think I'll start off with the chief. And I know I could be a terrible pain, knife in the side, especially when I get an idea about something I wanna just, I keep bugging, and Mike has to occasionally pull me back, kind of relax about things. So Chief, thank you for this year. I really appreciate it. I know that I can be a little OCD about things and just keep hammering, things. So I just want to thank you for always being respectful about it and always seeking to, okay, what do we want to do? And my goal was always the district first. So thank you. I'm going to start with my fellow board members. Andy, your first year with us. Thank you for your perspective, for bringing new ideas and thoughts to things. It was a great year. I want to say, Tom, I've had many heart-to-heart conversations with Tom, like really deep conversations with Tom, and I so appreciate his input on stuff. Harvey, Harvey knows that I really have a tremendous amount of respect for him and ideas and different perspective. I sometimes have to take a look back and see Harvey approaches things so just so methodical and so, just so different than me bulldozing, and I learn a lot, so thank you. Mike, I want to thank you for keeping me kind of at times in the back. I know I can be a pain. I know call you up and you kind of bring me back a little bit. So I appreciate you as my vice president, and I really appreciated last year. I feel we had a great year together, and I appreciate the partnership and the hard work, and the fact that there's no me on this board. It is all for the better of this community and the district. So just wanted to start out with that, and I want to say to Rita and to Angela, I want to thank you both for your hard work throughout the year, for your support, your patience, and your encouragement. Because at times, lots going on, and I so appreciate the two of you and the work that you do up here in admin, all the hard work. And not just you, the gals, Melania, and I have you guys you and Kelly, thank you for keeping us within our timeframes, making sure that everything gets handled and such. And let me see what else. Natalie for our meetings and keeping us, our IT stuff and that, I know we come to you for a lot and stuff, so I appreciate, and I just appreciate everyone, everyone in the executive board that sits on this dais. There's a lot of hard work that goes on always. And I just want to recognize that our frontline staff are safety or non-safety, just everyone. But I wanted to make sure that I mention that. And I want to, our audit, the financial team, and I want to congratulate Dawn. I know she didn't probably want to be recognized because she's not that kind of gal, but congratulations on her retirement. And again, Supervisor Hagman for his partnership and for the money that we're able to use to better serve our community. Okay, and with that, I just want to wish everyone a happy and safe, Merry Christmas and holiday, and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Robin.
Well, like the chief said, Director Howie picked the right night, because it's gonna be fairly long. I have since we had our early meeting, we have quite a huge agenda of stuff we accomplished, so. But first off, I want to start off by thanking everybody, the board, the staff, chief, everybody up here. This is my first year is done, so I wasn't sure when I came here. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I wasn't sure how I was going to be taken in, if I was going to be shunned and put in a corner and sit in the back. But everybody has been very welcoming and very helpful, and so I really appreciate it. And I want to mimic the same thing that Director Evinger said, like the collaboration and the cohesion and the work to get to one final outcome, which is what's best for the district across the board, is awesome. So thank you for that first year. Now we're gonna go through everything we did, and I'm sure people out there going, why do they tell us the same thing over and over? It's in our policy. We're supposed to give you guys a report of everything we do. So real quickly, I went to 2 different San Bernardino County board meetings. I attended them. The second one was a switch because it was moved for the funeral of the San Bernardino County deputy. So that was good. They actually held the meeting in Ontario's chambers. So it was a truncated meeting, and it was moved on a different day. On November 6th, we attended the ribbon cutting for Edward Jones, which is right over here in the shops, which was all. It sounds like Edward Jones, whatever, but all the accountants, everybody that's there is all local, successful gentlemen. They all came out of either Ayala, Chino. It was really surprising. They all got together, opened up the office, and they're serving the community. On the 11th, we went to the Chino Hills Salute to Service and Chino's Veterans Day, which are always, you get to go to the community and see what this community is made of people who've served this nation and protected us and kept us free. So that's always a pleasure to go to. Then we attended the CalJack conference. We all attended as a board, and the biggest takeaways for the public to know is the CalJack conference stands for Joint Apprenticeship Committee, And what that does is it gives us as a district and all the employees that go through training, like the 7 new guys or the current load of rookies, every hour that they spend training that's documented, we are able to apply with the state and get funds back to us to be able to use for training. So it's a revenue source outside of our normal one that gives back and helps the district get better. So we got some good takeaways from that, and it was good that we were able to go. Had a one-on-one with the chief along with the ASB CSD meeting, which was hosted by our very own BBK. Holland, you weren't there. They talked about you. They actually were telling us some good dirt on you, but they had a really good presentation on First Amendment people, which is something that we may encounter here, so, and how to deal with that. So it was good to have that prior to an event. You not wait till an event and then have it. Met with Assemblyman Chen, like we said, show him the station, what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish as a district, and just seeing his enthusiasm to want to be a partner to make us succeed. And like I say, you're gonna take some financial asks, if we can help, and if he can help, and that's always good. December 2nd was the Chino Hills Senior Delivery. Get to serve food to all our seniors. It's always a good day. Then they get to give them gifts. We have one of our members is an incredible MC, able to make them all laugh and have a good time, so that's really good. Then attended the next day was Assemblyman Rodriguez's open house and toy drive, and Director Luth and I got there, timed it perfect. We were there early with toys, so they took lots of video and pictures of us giving her the toys for the toy drive before it got super crowded. So that was always good, and it's really good that she supported us financially and helped us out. So anything we can do to help her out. Later that same day, attended Kurt Hagman's holiday open house. There again, our relationship with the districts, with the supervisor is incredible. We've got the ARF or mini ARF thanks to them helping us out, and this is another innovation with the EV thing. So thanks him for that. December 4th, we're getting there. Chino Senior Delivery, another day doing the same thing, helping the other cities' seniors. Really good. The thing I did different on that night is I attended the night drill. I went to the very last night drill. I didn't go there and announce myself. I came in, parked, went in the back, observed it without them knowing, which was just because I didn't want anybody to, change anything. And it's extremely satisfying to see the professionalism and the ability of our men and women and what they can do. And what got to see the drone in action, watching it, just finding the hot spots, watch them do the whole thing. But what I really took away from that night was at the end, you have an after action report or a hot wash or whatever you want to call it. And at first they wanted to know if I should be there, and then they said, okay, keep me there. But I just sat back and listened, and it was extremely, it made me, I was moved and proud to witness the ability of all of them to be humble and to go, hey, I messed up here, I could do this better. And have that humility and the desire to become better, and that's what drilling's all about. So it was great because I've been involved with drills before where stuff goes wrong, but everybody pats everybody on the back, says what a great job, let's go get a late night donut, and it's like that. So when I witnessed that, I was like, wow, this is really serious, and this is awesome for our district and for our citizens. Chino Hills City Council Party, Chino and Chino Hills Christmas tree lighting. It was with Director Luth. We hit the first one at Chino for an hour and a half, huge event, said hi to everybody, rushed over to the Chino Hills, another big event. We were able to do both of them. December 7th, I spent doing Stuff the Boot with the Fire Foundation. I told my wife I'd be there 2 hours, I was there 5, so I got in trouble for that. 2 days ago, we did Chino Institute for Women and Institute for Men. Real quick on the Institute for Men, they're at 2235 incarcerated persons. They've increased by 40. But the thing just to keep in mind is they're getting ready to open a 50-bed mental health facility. Now, besides us and the Chino police that were there and stuff, we had a lot of questions about what incarcerated persons are going to be allowed into the facility, meaning are they going to be the condemned or and they assured us that that was not going to be the case. It was strictly for lesser, well, they're all inmates, but lesser of a problem or what they're in there for. So has to do with the security that's around it, but there was a lot of questions about that. So, and then finally, I want to thank everybody, the men and women of the Teamsters and men and women of Local 3522. All these events, this was like a complete, like 2 weeks of constant stuff. And it's not lost, and I'm super appreciative of the amount of time everybody gives of their own time. In my 30-some years, I've been involved with three different fire departments, and it is unprecedented the amount of involvement our men and women have here, and it's not lost to me, and I don't want it to be lost on anybody else. This is not the norm. The event today, I can make a child smile, for a district of this size, that is not the norm to be able to pull something like that off. So my hat's off, kudos to everybody involved. I can sit here and say everybody's name, but it's just know that it is everybody in this district that helps, and it's at every event is extremely appreciated. It's unprecedented, and I thank you very much. And lastly, happy holidays. So with that, I will conclude and let you go.
Thank you. Director Luke.
Thank you. So yeah, it's been a period of time. So I had 3 Chino council meetings. The Papa Chino's first responder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
what's
yeah. God,
I forgot too.
What a nice event though and you know, it was just great. It was great to go down there and just kind of visit and see what was going on. So nice event. Was at the Edward Jones ribbon cutting, the Veterans Day event in Chino. Another nice event. We had people there as always. Appreciate that very much. Appreciate seeing them. The CalJack conference that Director Romaine mentioned. We were all there in attendance at that. One-on-one with the chief. And then in December, on the 3rd, we went to Michelle Rodriguez's open house. We got there early and we got tamale. So they were great tamales. The other thing that was cool, she had a Christmas tree with all the pink patches from PD or wherever she got them all, and she had ours at the top, at the very top. And then she had, towards a little later on, she took us into her office and showed us this plaque where that Freddie actually had of all not the pink patches, but all the patches, and how she was gonna update that and have one here and one at her office there. So, yeah, it was a great time. It was good to see her, good to visit with her, thank her for her support. And then, later that night, Supervisor Hagman's event. That was a nice event, great food. Let's see here, then on the 4th of Chino, I was able to make the Chino senior delivery, and yeah, what a great event. Our people, as you were talking about, the job they do. I think I mentioned to you, Chief, that I got comments from the director of community services over at the city of Chino, and how much they appreciate not just the event, but that our folks show up, help set up, they help clean up. They don't just show up and kind of do the thing. They're there helping.
I got a quick question before you go on. Did we have more people there, did they indicate, than the law enforcement side? Just a question.
That's what I was told, yeah. I haven't run into Kurt yet, but yeah.
Was there anybody from law enforcement?
No, they do a separate event.
Oh,
They
okay.
had done a separate event, I don't know, weeks earlier or something, and there was a comment about you know, the bar had been set high and all this kind of stuff, so, from the city council, so I'm waiting for the opportunity to point out how well ours was, yeah, how good it was, but again, thank you to all of our folks that were involved with that and the work they do. It is definitely much appreciated. The Chino Hills Christmas party, attended that as well, the Chino Hills and the Chino tree lightings, yes, we bounced back and forth between them both. And this is not necessarily on our radar for this, but on the 8th was at the Rotary 100-year celebration, and Senator Susan Rubio was in attendance, so it was an opportunity to visit with her, thank her, her staff was there, had a nice conversation with them, so just just keep those connections going, so. And then on the 9th, CIW was at that event. They mentioned in their report that they were appreciative to the Chino Valley Fire Department, not district, but district, Chino Police Department for the responsibly driven DUI event. Apparently, we were down there supporting this on the 21st of October. Does that ring a bell? Yeah, so they were very appreciative of that. They felt like they had a great turnout. It was well received by the IPs that were in attendance there. So again, thank you for whoever was involved with that and making that happen. Let's see here, and then on the this morning, the Make a Child Smile, great event. Just the work that goes into that to get all of that and to make it all come together is got to be incredible, and it's just. I agree. I think there was more people there attending it, trying to help out and shop with the kids. It was just fantastic. Let's see, the audit, thank you, Mark, Don, your whole team for the work you guys do. We always seem to just shine, but I know it's hard work. It's a lot of work. You've got a great staff. You're obviously losing one important one, but thank you to you, your staff, for the work you do and for the results that we all get to enjoy because of that work. Let's see here. And I agree with Director Romaine on the involvement. You don't see this all the time, sure. The way our firefighters, our staff, everybody, the involvement in the community. It seems like I show up at stuff and there's always somebody there with a presence. We've got a booth set up, or whatever it is, we've got folks there that are engaged and involved. So yeah, I'm just very pleased by all that as well. And Sarah, thank you for your year of leadership here. We've had some conversations. You set the bar high, and we're not so sure about our current president living up to those. We've had some concerns here lately, but Sarah,
you and me both.
Sarah, you've done a great job since I've been on here. I think this is your third time as president in my time on this board. Every year is well. You just conduct the meetings well. You conduct yourself well. I think you provide great leadership, not just when you're present, but all the time on this board, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate your perspective and your willingness to serve here. I still remember the first time we met, and we didn't know each other. We sat down for a cup of coffee. Had no idea it was going to lead to this, but thank you for your year, and Merry Christmas to everybody.
Excellent, thank you. Sarah, I as well, a very high bar to set, and great working with you for the year, and I'm sure the late night phone calls will continue. So it's all good, and Andy, the training wheels are off, so no, you've been great. We really appreciate that. I attended many of the same events, the Chamber of Commerce, CalJack, Papa Chino's. I went to both Veterans Day events in Chino Hills and the City of Chino, AES BCSD School Board. Met with Senator Susan Rubio yesterday. That was a great meeting. Went to the Rotary event the night before that she was at, so spoke to her there as well. So I got to see her 2 days in a row. Went to Stuff the Boot wasn't there for quite 5 hours, but I was there for a few hours helping out. And yeah, Make a Child Smile, it's such a great event, and my daughter's in town, so I took her with me this morning. And she was so impressed by how big it was. You know, I've talked about it, but it was her chance to see it, and she was so impressed by it. Really, really great event. Regarding Dawn, just one of the kindest people here at the district that I've ever met and encountered. And she will be missed, and we wish her absolutely the best. Will she come back for a retirement thing, or?
We don't know yet, we'll get back.
Okay, but if not, what a great asset, and sad to lose her, but want to wish her the absolute best. And with that, I'm going to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, be safe, enjoy the time with family and friends, and be good, and we will, I'm sure I have to read something here. The meeting will be adjourned to a regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the Chino Valley Independent Fire District to be held on Wednesday, January 14th at 6 o'clock here at District Headquarters. Office located at 14011 City Center Drive, Chino Hills, California, 91709. And with that, the meeting's adjourned.